So in this video, we're gonna be cooking up a dope West Coast beat, and throughout the video, I'm gonna give you 3 tips on how to make your beats better. So make sure to watch the whole thing. Let's get into it. You know what? I'm gonna open up Analog Lab, and I hate the fact that whenever I'm about to make a dark West Coast beat, I immediately just go to Analog Lab. And speaking of things that we're gonna immediately go to, Gatekeep Sounds Volume 1, you feel me? This is definitely one of my go-to Analog Lab banks right now, and let's just grab one of my favorited sounds. Also, if you don't have these sounds favorited and you have the kit, definitely favorite these sounds. These are my favorite ones I'm gonna be going to for a long time, bro. Just click on a random one real quick, put it on the mixer track. Let's just lay down some chords real quick. I don't really know where we're going or what we're doing and stuff like that, but we can just lay down some triads like this. That's a triad, you feel me? Maybe we can even beef it up too, something like this. Copy it over, 1 2 3 4 5. That trick does not get old. So with the preset that we have, let's see what it sounds like. I like it. Let's go. All right, cool. So I actually think that brings us to tip number 1. So tip number 1 is to transpose notes in your melody. So doing small little things like that tend to help your melodies not sound the same every single time. So let's do that for this chord progression right here. So we can just take this one right here, pitch it up an octave, and then we can just copy it over, you feel me? Then we can just mess with this one too. We can just do some more transposing. What if we duplicate this and bring it all the way up? You feel me? What if we get rid of that one? Boom, that looks cool. I like how that looks. Let's see how it sounds. Okay. I like the state that we're in, but since this is just a pad, let's try to get a key or something like that. Something that's a little bit more present and make the melody feel a little bit more full. So we're gonna go over to my kits. I got it's purple. It's purple, so it's easy to find, you feel me? Gonna go right here, we're gonna go into the one-shot vault, and we're gonna go to the key section. We can just just bring one over, something like that, put it on the mixer track. Let's just see how that sound real quick, man. So as a music producer, using one shots is kind of weird sometimes. So let me show you how I set up mine so that they play perfectly every single time. So the first thing I do is change them over into stretch mode. Now I prefer stretch mode over resample mode because resample mode changes the speed depending on where you put the note. The higher you put it up, the faster it'll play and the shorter it'll be. The lower that you put the note, the longer it'll be and the slower it'll be. So just to show you an example, let's play it at C5, F5, and G4. Now, if you keep it in resample mode, your chords can sound kind of weird sometimes because all the different notes are playing at different speeds. But I'm telling you right now, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna want to put it in stretch mode just so all the notes are playing at the same speed and everything is more consistent. And I think now is time to talk about the second tip, which is to utilize the envelope filter in FL Studio. Now, if you want things to start and stop exactly when you play the note and let go of the note, you want to make this shape right here. Boom, 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 and boom. Now having the envelope in this shape is a really good tactic for bass because bass can't really clash over each other. But when it comes to keys, it kind of can clash over each other a little bit because it sounds real cool and it ends up making smoother chord progressions. That's why we like using things like delay. So to prevent your chords from sounding like this, immediately stops, you feel me? So to prevent something like that, all you gotta do is just take this release knob or the REL knob and just turn it up a little bit, and it's gonna be different for every one shot because every single one shot is going to be different, but just kind of play with it and just see what you like. You feel me? You see how it kind of fades out now? All right, now let's throw a synth lead in this loop right here. I'm gonna open up Omnisphere and we're gonna go to the Gatekeep Sounds Omnisphere bank, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I snapped on this kit. It really got everything that you need for making loops, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. And then we just go over to the leads real quick. All right, now just to save some time, I am gonna go over to the Midi Vault and we're gonna go to the synth leads and we can just drag over a couple and just see what we can rock with. You feel me? All right, so that one sounds dope right there, but it's kind of giving off a more melodic vibe with the lead. And right now I'm kind of going for something a little bit on the darker side. So let's try the next one. But we made a couple changes to the MIDI, but I'm liking how it's sounding right now, man. I got some reverb on the lead. Now let's see what it sounds like with everything in context. Hey, real quick, I just want to let y'all know that I finally finished and released the Sample Maker's Ultimate Sound Kit. And I ended up calling it Gatekeep Sounds Volume 1. Now this kit has the following: 50 analog lab presets, 50 Omnisphere presets, 50 one-shots, 100 midis, which are royalty free by the way, 25 portal presets, 25 effect rack presets, 15 RC20 presets, 5 FL Studio stock plugin mixer presets, and 5 textures for your loops. Now I know with these big bundle kits, they can be a hassle to install sometimes. So for each section, I actually included a step-by-step walkthrough of me installing every single preset pack and every single bank. And just to throw a cherry on top, I threw in an exclusive hookup video in there that you're only going to be able to find in the kit. So if this kit does sound like it's something that's good to you, you can get it for 25% off right now. Link in the description. All right, so I like where we're standing at right now, so let's throw a synth bass in here, man, because you know what I mean, we're working on a West Coast beat, gotta add the synth bass in there. So before we do that, I'm gonna highlight all these, I'm gonna right click on this arrow right here, we're gonna hit root to this track only. So basically we're taking all these little mixer tracks right here and we're making them go to insert 10 before they go to the master. So we can just do an EQ on this one right here, just so we don't have to do an EQ on every single one. Just gonna cut out some of the bass right there. Oh, and you know what? One of my favorite synth basses for West Coast beats is gonna be that Cold Devil bass. I just made it, bro. Watch, 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 watch. Watch, bro, watch. All right, now the good thing about this bass is that you can't find it anywhere else because I actually made it from scratch. And actually, you know what? Speaking of making things from scratch, let me know if y'all want me to teach y'all how to make these sounds from scratch. You know what I mean? Like a little sound design tutorial may come in the future if y'all want one. So if y'all do want to see something like that from me, let me know, comments below. All right, man, I think we got a good foundation right now, so we're gonna start throwing down some drums. All right, so I feel like that's a good place to start adding some percussions and sound effects. So let me go over to my drum kit real quick. All right, go to the perks and let's just find something to add through, man. Tambourine roll, gotta add that. Come on. Let's also grab a stomp too. And you know what? I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna duplicate it too, or clone it. And on the first one, we're gonna add like some delay. And then the other one, we're gonna keep it dry. Also, we can add this little rim shot right here too. Oh, you know what? We could probably grab this too. I always like having a little tubular bell in here. So with all the sound effects and percussions put together, this is what it sounds like. And I'm thinking how that sounds by itself, you feel me? I think it's time to knock out the 808. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the viol one. You know what I mean? We're gonna turn them loop points off. We're gonna turn this over to transient mode. We're going to bring the out knob up a little bit, and we're gonna get to the third tip, which is boost your 808s, bro. But only a little bit. Only gonna bring it down to like maybe like 4%. You feel me? And you know what? Just to save some time, we're gonna go over to the little synth bass pattern that we did right here, and we can just use that for the 808 pattern. Then we can just take this, copy it, and then we can also just go over to a kick, this right here, paste it, go to the piano roll, and we can hit Alt K, and it'll bring everything over to the C note right here. All right, so now let's do some quick arrangement. then there's the beat right there. If you like the video, hit the like. If you want to comment, throw a comment. If you want to sub, hit the sub. And while you're at it, check out gatekeepsounds.com, man. I got everything you need.